Good morning and welcome to the Chamber Business Report. I'm John Phillips, president of the Palm Coast Flagler Regional Chamber of Commerce. I'm joined by my co-host Kelsey Lombard, and our special guest today is Dr. Alvin Jackson, city manager of the city of Bunnell. Again, the Chamber Business Report is sponsored by Klein Construction, building the future of Flagler County for the past 30 years. Also brought to you by Smart Technologies. They make business easy. And Intercoastal Bank of Palm Coast, community banking the way it should be, member FDIC. And our final sponsor is Katz & Green, Flagler County's personal injury attorneys since 1996. Thanks to those great sponsors for supporting the Chamber Business Report here on Flagler Radio. And we'll now turn our attention to Dr. Alvin Jackson. Dr. Jackson, we are in the city of Bunnell, and it is a great day. Thanks for being with us today.
Yes, it is a great day. And just let me say, you're in the best little city in the country. And it's exciting to have this opportunity to have the chamber speak to the city of Bunnell and the kinds of things that we're doing. John and Kelsey, just really want to thank you for your continued partnership. We have partnered on several events, which has been major successes. And I truly think that cities and chambers working together can help grow a great, prosperous community.
You are exactly right, and we love working together with all of our cities. And again, we are the Palm Coast Flagler Regional Chamber. A lot of folks hear that Palm Coast part, which is important, but we also serve the city of Bunnell, Flagler Beach, Beverly Beach, and also the town of Marineland. And, you know, my career with the chamber is relatively young, but as you know, Dr. Jackson, my very first day, I got off to a great start at the chamber by hosting SpringFest there right in downtown Bunnell.
Yes, and that was a major success. And your volunteers and your staff was amazing of making that happen.
And so was your staff. Between Kristen Bates and the staff there helping set up and break down, you have an amazing team of staff, and we are so grateful to have them on the team.
Thank you.
A lot of folks don't realize until you work in the logistics side of the world what it takes to run an event,
right.
Whether it's SpringFest,
right.
a concert series, or anything else. There's so much work behind the scenes. And again, to just reiterate what Kelsey shared,
yes.
Your staff that day was just amazing. They were just really so helpful. They were gracious. They were eager to work, eager to help. The customer service mentality that you have inspired to your staff and has carried on down through was really evident that day. And it was a great day for me to get my time started with the chamber and a great day for Bunnell. And we were certainly thrilled to be there back on March 1st for SpringFest 2025.
And I will pass that on to them. As I always tell them, I'm very blessed and fortunate to have a world-class staff.
You sure do, yeah. Let's talk about your background a little bit.
Yeah.
I know from reading online that you came up here professionally from South Florida, but I'm going to take a step back before that because you and I have something in common in the state of Maryland. You are a graduate of the University of Maryland College Park, and I grew up in the state of Maryland. So tell me about your background at the University of Maryland. Go Terps! And,
go Terps! Go Terps!
Testudo had a birthday, I think, this past week. I saw on social media. Testudo is the Terrapin, the mascot of the University of Maryland. But tell me about your background and then what brought you to Florida.
Yeah, well, I'm originally from Florida.
Okay.
And, one of the things I often say, I've been blessed. I've been in public management for 41 years. It was very intentional. And it started back in Eustis, Florida, in Lake County. I was Senate page, a House page, etc., Boys State. And, this whole public service, public management burned in my spirit. And so I was seeking out universities that had a practical public management or public administration program. And understand, in the 70s, there were no public administration programs. And there were actually two universities, University of Southern California and the University of Maryland, that had programs that had a concentration in state and local administration. And I had the opportunity to get accepted to the University of Maryland. Very, very fortunate experience because the gentleman that ended up being my college advisor eventually became the governor of Maryland. He actually was from Florida, so he took me on under his arms. And so he was a county administrator. He was a chairman of the PG County board, then rose to the ranks of governor. And so my learning at the University of Maryland was very practical. My concentration was state and local administration. Back then, the degree was in government and politics, but my concentration was state and local administration. And I was one of few handfuls that actually concentrated in state and local administration. So I had Governor Glendening one-on-one on many of my courses.
Wow, that's a great experience. And for those that aren't from the state of Maryland, I don't know Governor Glendening, but just to know that name, that you were mentored by a future governor, and what great training. Your experience at the University of Maryland was far more practical than mine. I did not ever go to school there, but I did go to Lefty Drizel's basketball camp.
Oh, okay.
So I was a kid of about 10 or 11 years old, and I went to overnight basketball camp there at College Park. Grew up right about 30 minutes away.
Right.
My dad worked in Greenbelt and for NASA, but grew up and went to Maryland basketball camp. Big fan of Lefty Drizel and the Terps, and Jerry Claiborne was the football coach at that time, and just loved everything about College Park. Again, I was never a student there, but I saw that on your bio, and I thought we have to talk about the University of Maryland. So from Florida, go to Maryland, come back. Grew up in Lake County.
In Lake County, Florida. And when I came back, actually, I started working down in South Florida. Yeah. And probably my first taste of economic development and community development, I happened to be at the table when we were trying to decide what do we do with Miami Beach. It was slum, blighted, homeless, deteriorating hotels. None of the historic structures had been kept up. And it's amazing because at least we were sitting around the table talking about how do we bring South Beach back. And our thought process was that how do we bring the national conventions back to Miami Beach? And so I happened to be sitting, it was about 8 of us, with a young lady named Barbara Kapperman. They call her the mother of Art Deco. So I happened to be at the table on the day that Art Deco was coined. And she was trying to explain this unique architecture and the colors that was associated with this unique architecture in South Beach. And she says, the only thing I could say, it's like Art Deco. And so
and the rest is history.
When Art Deco was coined. And I can tell people that the entertainment mecca that's down there now was not ever on our radar screen, but at least we were sitting and doing strategic thinking about how do we bring this community back from an economic development standpoint. And so that principle, has resonated with me down through the years when we're talking about economically reviving and growing communities. We may not always know what it's going to look like, but we do need to be at the table making sure that we have all the policy infrastructure in place, all the fiscal infrastructure in place, the inventories that would be needed, and then let the marketplace drive it.
Yeah. You as a business person and a community leader are a great communicator. And I think other people have probably said that about you. Where do your great communication skills come from? Was that mentoring from someone in college? Was it growing up? You have a knack for connecting people and communicating extremely well.
Well, I think it was my family. My father was a bishop, and so I was very involved in our church religious activities, and a part of that was speaking, was reading, was doing plays, just listening to my parents as they articulated in small groups and large groups. And so it's really about connecting with people at what I call at the heart level. And when we do that, I think we attempt to find ways to really make that connection. And so some of it is formal and some of it is really from the heart.
Yeah, I think that's something that my first interaction with you, I felt like you were someone that I had known for a long
Yes,
time.
yes.
And I think I have that similar
Yes.
style and communication
Yes.
ability. Also with our business, what Kelsey and I do at the Chamber,
Yes.
we are professional connectors.
Yes, yes.
And so
Yes.
our business, style and theme connects really well with your personal style and your personal brand, really, really well. And I think it's a wonderful marriage between you and the Chamber and you, and also the Chamber and the city of Bunnell,
Yes.
because your brand and style has emanated throughout the staff and throughout the city. And I really want to give you credit for that and maybe talk about some of that. We're going to take a break here in just a little bit, and I know you've written your second book is getting ready to come out, so I want to make sure we save time to talk about that. But just the way you've led the city, let me just talk a little bit about that before we take our break, and then talk about your book later. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, it's what I call a group effort with the mayor, vice mayor, and the commission, as well as my staff. Is really establishing where we want to be. And when I came in, I feel that it's very important to create corporate culture based on values, and being able to look at where we are and where we need to go, and to methodically and systematically approach end results. And I think that my commission bought into that. How do we strategically think about where we are and how do we move forward? And so it's what I call it group think. So it's not just me, it's not just the mayor, but it's all of us collaborating and coming up with the win-win. And what I say is I'm just everybody's big cheerleader, because I think it takes passion, it takes enthusiasm, it takes motivation to get to the level where you can start moving forward. Because there are many challenges, and these challenges can discourage you. There's politics involved that can beat you down. But when you remain passionate and excited about where you can be, you can do it.
Yeah.
And the city of Bunnell has, we are full of energy, full of promise, and it's starting to really materialize in the results.
Yeah, and I think I want to just emphasize on the fact that you don't let things let you down. I feel like you always leave with positivity. You always leave with that, with your heart. And I've known you for a while now,
Right.
and I think we've kind of made a friendship as well, along
Yes.
with the business. And I have to thank you so much for that, because I think throughout this, you've always stayed true to who you are. You've always been there for me. And I just love what you bring to the table, not only for the city of Bunnell, but for our county.
Thank you.
Yeah. We're going to take a short break. We've got Dr. Alvin Jackson, City Manager for the City of Bunnell. I'm John Phillips, President of the Palm Coast Flagler Regional Chamber, along with my co-host, Kelsey Lombard. We'll take a short time out, and we'll be right back.
Back in the old days, thieves would break into your business through a door or window. Today, hackers break into your business and home in ways you never thought of. Your printer, security cameras, scanners, thermostats, remote workers, and their devices. We're Smart Technologies. We know how to identify and secure your entire network, not just your computers. If you would like a free cybersecurity assessment, give us a call today.
Smart Technologies.
Call us 252-2292.
This is Paul Katz, and I've been Flagler County's personal injury attorney since 1987. I brought Jeff Green on board in 2000, and we've been serving the folks of Flagler County since then as Katz and Green. Life goes on, and I'm pretty much retired now. But all the ads you've heard us do in the last 10 years, that's been Jeff's work. All those people, they've said those nice things. They were saying them about Jeff, and he deserves it.
Personal approach, professional results. Katz and Green.
In a world where personal service and people who really care about you can be lost, we want you to know we are different. We love engaging with our clients. That's just how we've been since 2008. Your milestones in life and business are our milestones, and we are with you every step of the way. We can do everything that big banks do, but we add the community banking touch. If you're already one of our clients, thank you. And if not, we would love to be your locally owned community bank. I'm Laura Gilveri. Welcome to Intracoastal Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back to the Chamber Business Report. I'm John Phillips, president of the Palm Coast Flagler Regional Chamber of Commerce. Our show is sponsored by Klein Construction, Smart Technologies, Intracoastal Bank, and Katz and Green Personal Injury Attorneys. We're visiting with Dr. Alvin Jackson. He is the city manager for the city of Bunnell, and I'm joined by my co-host Kelsey Lombard. And Dr. Jackson, this is a great day in the city of Bunnell. Every day is a great day, but especially today, Bunnell History Day, starting right now. It goes from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. today at Edward Johnson Park. Let's talk a little bit more about that.
Yes, it's exciting. This is the first, what we would consider annual Bunnell History Day. It's an opportunity to actually go back and have an appreciation for where Bunnell came from. What you will have is we're going to have arts and crafts. We're going to have storytelling. We're going to have some speakers that's there. And we're going to have an opportunity for individuals to visit the museum and kind of walk through and see where Bunnell really came from. So I think this community is very excited about it. It's one that was predominantly agrarian, and that was its roots. And as we're moving into the future, we know that agriculture will always play a part in the city of Bunnell, but agriculture has changed. I mean, technology has changed. The marketing, the products have changed, and so Bunnell History Day is a day to kind of bring those two worlds together and really grow a dynamic community from an economic development standpoint, but don't lose that historic feel that has always been a part of Bunnell.
Yeah, I love the way you put that because there is so much history in the city of Bunnell, but and as things change, we all have to evolve with change, but we don't want to lose the history. Correct. And there is so much history, rich history in the city of Bunnell. And again, Bunnell History Day going on today from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Edward Johnson Park. If you're not familiar with that, if you're driving west on State Route 100, it's about a block to the south. When you get near the Circle K, you're going to make a left to go over to Edward Johnson Park, and it's where the old City Hall was. Yes. So that's a good landmark for a lot of people know where old City Hall was. So,
or the historic City Hall.
Yeah, historic City Hall.
Yes.
And that history is going to be preserved because there's a new City Hall coming. Do you have a date, an approximate date? I know it's approximate, later this summer.
Actually, they are moving and assembling furniture now. Come August 2025, the new City Hall will be open. And this is Bunnell's first, what I call first original City Hall. The historic City Hall was built as a community hall, WPA project, and then they actually converted it into a city hall. But this is the first newly constructed City Hall, and it's one that we're very proud of. And I think, once again, it speaks to where we are today and very modern, but yet basically very quaint, where we're keeping that old Bunnell feel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the new City Hall, again, for those that have not had a chance to go there yet, it's not open, so you probably can't see it, but you can drive by it.
Right.
It's right near the Flagler County Sheriff's Office, directly behind the Wendy's. Again, if you're traveling west on State Route 100, it would be on the left-hand side of the road, the south side of State Route 100, kind of behind the Wendy's, between the Wendy's and the Flagler County Sheriff's Office, the brand new Bunnell City Hall. And it'll also be home of the police office for the city of Bunnell as well.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's on 2400 Flagler Commerce Parkway.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful facility. Yeah. Kelsey and I got a chance to tour it along with our lead Flagler group. Right. We were welcomed by the collage companies who are the builder and general contractor who's overseeing the project, and did a great job showcasing that facility for us. It was a hard hat tour. They were still definitely under construction that day, but we got a great vision of what it's going to look like when it's finished. And they have been great partners with the city, but also with the Palm Coast United Methodist Church Collage Company, wonderful partners as well.
The beautiful part about Collage and that group is that everyone's local. Mm-hmm. So this is a project that actually was constructed by a group of local contractors, engineers, architects. So we're very proud that we were able to use Flagler's best.
Yeah, there are so many wonderful projects going on and wonderful companies and contractors here in Flagler County, and just always strongly encourage you to buy local, shop local, and build local whenever you can here, because there are some wonderful, wonderful folks who are helping us to grow and prosper and improve all of Flagler County.
Right.
Yeah. Let's talk about some changes going on in the city of Bunnell. I know there's been a lot of articles written recently about some rezoning going on in the city of Bunnell, approximately 1,800 acres. But I want to give you a chance to just talk about that rezoning opportunity that may or may not go all the way through, but something that is being talked about, and we want to address that today.
Yeah. So when we talk about economic growth, diversifying the economic base in Bunnell, basically, you have to have assets, and the assets that we have is US 1, FEC Rail, and access, close proximity to I-95. And so where does that best happen? It best happen along US 1. And there happen to be some landowners that have some large parcels that have actually now seen the vision that if we're going to grow from an economic standpoint, we need to grow going south along the rail and along US 1. And so the property owners have bought into that. They have prime land that could be used for light industrial, warehousing, distribution. And one of the thoughts is an inland port. Here in the state of Florida, inland ports are crucial. And what is an inland port? It's where you move containers from Jacksonville to an off-site location, and you offload them utilizing the trains, because anytime product sits at the port, it's very, very costly. And so what the state of Florida has encouraged communities to do along rails is to create those industrial, commercial areas where it could be an inland port. So what happens, they drop those containers, trucks come, and they take those containers. And so this particular family, that resonates with them. It's a prime location. It was looked at in St. Johns County last year, and it didn't materialize. And so here we are. And so the land is zone ag, and so now it needs to be rezoned to either L2 or L1. L1 is more lighter industrial, and L2 is more heavier industrial. So that's the once again, when we talk about having product and inventory on in our community, that's it. So the rezoning is policy infrastructure. So if it happens, then now we can say to the world that, hey, we do have land that's zoned that can be developed for industrial and commercial development.
And it doesn't mean anything's going to necessarily come this month, this year, or in the next 5 years. But in order to have an opportunity to market that product, I'll call it, in this case land, there has to be some zoning opportunities. Because if it's agricultural, then it's agricultural. That's all that can go there. So. And
the other thing is that CEOs and site selection consultants don't want to jump through the hoops of going through 120, 200-day rezonings and so forth. So if you have product inventory already ready to go, then it makes your community much more attractive for economic development. And so for me, economic development is very simple. It is expanding your tax base, which means creating more ad valorem. It creates jobs, and it creates payroll. And so, which is very, very important.
And even in the commercial real estate business, very similar to oftentimes when you talk about residential, they talk about location. In commercial, it's the same thing. And you talked about what that area is close to, and it's a truly what they refer to as a multimodal transportation opportunity.
It is.
Opportunity, keyword there. Rail. and then, of course, roadways, whether it's US 1, which is a major thoroughfare,
Correct.
or I-95,
Correct.
obviously, which is an interstate highway.
Correct.
So, and then the rail. So those are two great things. We got about 2 minutes left, which doesn't seem like enough time because you've got two full books that I want to give a quick mention to. The new one has just come out. The first one, It Is Another Great Day, an inspiring guide to effective leadership. And then your brand new book, The Wounded Healer, is out as of this week. How current is that? We are so timely with our radio show.
Yes, and I'm really excited about this book because it's really my story and how what I've experienced in life have helped me become an effective leader with the ability to touch individual lives, organizations, as well as communities. So it's really exciting. I think for those that may read it, wherever you are in life, I think it will find you, and hopefully it'll be a positive motivator that you can do anything in this wonderful world of serving people.
Yep.
Absolutely. I got my signed copy this morning. I can't wait to dive into it and get that personal touch from you as well. But you can get yours on Amazon. It's available now, and we'll have a signing date coming up here shortly for Dr. Jackson as well.
Yeah, the first book signing, I believe, is going to be in Eustis, your hometown.
Yeah,
where it all started. But we will bring one of those events here to Flagler County and have an opportunity for folks. And as Kelsey mentioned, have to give a great shout out because people need to know where they can get the books.
Yes.
Just go online, Amazon.com, look up Dr. Alvin Jackson. Again, the first book, his original, It Is Another Great Day, an inspiring guide to effective leadership. And then the new book is called The Wounded Healer, and both available on Amazon. So thanks very much to Dr. Alvin Jackson for being with us.
Thank you very much. And thank you for the work that you all do in the community. It is making a difference. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Jackson. And thanks again to our sponsors. We can't do this show without their support. Klein Construction, along with Smart Technologies, Intercoastal Bank of Palm Coast, and Katz and Green, Flagler County's personal injury attorneys. I'm John Phillip. This is the Chamber Business Report. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday.